If you're selling on Amazon or even just kind of kicking around the idea, you need to hear this. The game has totally changed. Seriously, what worked yesterday is a recipe for failure today. So let's dive into a new 3-step blueprint for not just surviving, but actually winning on the world's biggest marketplace.
You remember those stories, right? The ones about buying cheap stuff from China, putting it on Amazon, and just watching the profits roll in? I mean, some sellers were making tens, even hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. Well, that gold rush is officially over, and that simple model that fueled it, it's completely broken. You know, the challenge now is that everyone has access to the same sophisticated software. We're talking tools that find profitable products and AI that automatically undercuts your prices in seconds. It's just a race to the bottom. So when the competition is this fierce and this automated, how in the world do you possibly get an edge?
And that's the answer right there. You have to shift your entire mindset. Instead of trying to compete in this crowded, cutthroat game, you need to innovate and build something that nobody else has. You create your own game with your own rules.
Okay, so let's break down exactly why those old strategies are just obsolete. It's not just one thing, it's really a perfect storm of factors that have completely reshaped the Amazon landscape. So here are the 3 big game changers. First, you've got the AI bots that are constantly scanning and undercutting prices, squeezing your margins down to basically zero. Second, tools like Jungle Scout and Helium 10 mean that the second a profitable niche pops up, hundreds of sellers just flood in. And third, Amazon itself is now your competitor with its Direct from China program, letting factories sell straight to your customers. You put it all together and man, you've got an incredibly tough environment. And this all brings up a huge question for any seller. Is Amazon your partner or is it your biggest obstacle? The truth is, it's both. And understanding this duality is absolutely essential to navigating the platform successfully.
And this slide really lays it all out, doesn't it? On the pro side, you get access to 250 million shoppers and the best logistics network on the planet. I mean, wow. But then you look over at the cons, insane competition, a maze of complex fees, and the constant risk that Amazon could just shut down your store with very little warning. It's the ultimate high-risk, high-reward playground.
So how do you tip those scales in your favor? Well, it all starts with the first and honestly the most important rule of the new playbook. You must innovate. You simply cannot win by imitating what everyone else is doing anymore.
This right here, this is your new mantra. Profit no longer comes from just reselling stuff. It comes from creating something genuinely different, a product that solves a problem in a way that nothing else on the market does. That is where your real pricing power is hiding.
And check this out, this is a brilliant, systematic way to do it. It's not about some stroke of genius in the middle of the night. You find a product that's already selling well, and then you become a detective, digging into the 1, 2, and 3-star reviews. You're looking for those recurring keywords like broke, cheap, or doesn't fit. Those unhappy customers, they are handing you a roadmap for innovation on a silver platter. They're telling you exactly what to fix.
And this is the critical part. Your improvement can't just be a different color. To really win, your change has to be significant. It needs to be new, useful, and not just some obvious tweak. That's what makes it eligible for a utility patent. Or it needs a unique design that's visually distinct, which could qualify for a design patent. Why does this matter? Because these are the things that allow you to legally protect your awesome idea.
And that leads us directly to step number 2. Once you've created that unique, patentable product, you absolutely 100% must protect it. You've got to build a defensive moat around your business.
And your moat is a patent. Look, a patent isn't just a piece of paper. It's a legal monopoly granted by the government. On a platform like Amazon, this is your superpower. It gives you the legal right to be the only person selling your unique product, period.
Now here's a super important point that trips up a lot of sellers. A provisional patent application, which is basically just a placeholder, a patent pending sticker. That won't work. If you want Amazon to actually step in and take down copycats, you need a fully granted utility or design patent. That is what gives you real power on the platform. And I just want you to let this quote sink in for a second. Imagine it. Imagine being able to sell your product without hundreds of competitors trying to undercut you every single day. Amazon will literally become your partner in policing the marketplace, removing anyone who infringes on your patent. That is an almost unbelievable advantage. Okay, so you've innovated a product, and you've protected it, but none of that matters, and I mean none of it, if you fail at the third and final step, mastering your manufacturing to make sure you can produce a high-quality product every single time. A common question sellers ask, especially when they're dealing with factories overseas, is whether they can just skip the hassle and the expense of vetting their manufacturer in person. Is it really that important? And the answer is a huge, emphatic no. The source material is crystal clear on this. Skipping proper manufacturing oversight isn't just cutting a corner, it's gambling with your entire business. You're essentially flipping a coin and hoping for the best, and that is just no way to build a sustainable business. Because, poor quality leads to this predictable and fatal death spiral. First come the defective products and all the returns. Then come the bad reviews. Then Amazon's algorithm sees this and just buries your product listing. Your sales plummet, and before you know it, your business is gone. It's a total recipe for disaster. So when you put all three of these steps together, what have you created? Well, you've moved beyond being just another reseller. You've built what every single seller dreams of: a protected, profitable, and sustainable business on the world's largest marketplace. So here it is, the whole strategy in a nutshell. 1. You innovate by improving an existing product based on real customer feedback. 2. You protect that innovation with the granted patent to create your legal monopoly. And 3. You partner with a high-quality manufacturer to build a product that actually delights your customers. Innovate, protect, build. That's it. And that really brings us to the final thought here. The opportunities are out there, hiding in plain sight in the negative reviews of thousands of products. So the question isn't whether this model works, it's what unique improvement will you find to create your own private monopoly on Amazon.